Hello and welcome to your one-stop spot for all things spooky. I'm the poison ivy that you touched and now you're itchy, Carly.
And I'm your car's transmission. You know how to feel. Jalen. And you're listening to Ghoulie Girly.
I don't know why I did the Twilight Zone theme song. That was the first thing that came to my head
That's
for some
funny.
reason. So how are you doing? How was your past week?
You know, you know when you forget to take out the trash and then you think that you hit start on the dishwasher and I swear to God I did, but it didn't start. And then you had all these bad things, but then you had ice cream at the end of the week.
Yeah,
This is my ice cream.
this is also my ice cream.
How are you?
I'm good. Changed up, like I was telling you, my baby sleep schedule, so that's been a lot nicer. He doesn't contact nap anymore, which is kind of sad, but now I have free time to do tomfoolery during the day. Woo, tomfoolery!
It's only tomfoolery till you get paid for it, right?
Wink.
That's so funny. I winked at the same time as you
Did you
said wink.
really?
That was not scripted.
Because I winked and then I said winked.
It's really funny.
All right,
Anyways,
so
yeah, we're going to be talking about some true crime today.
woo, shocker.
Yeah, we never do that.
We never talk about true crime. This is new. So welcome to something we've never ever done on this channel before, on this Spotify, wherever you're listening. I'm just kidding. We do this all the time. It's our job. Well,
Oh, yeah, by the way, should we announce if you're a listener, if you're a frequent YouTube listener, one of our like 27 viewers, we are fully on Spotify now.
woo!
So
Thanks to Jalen. Everyone say, good job, Jalen. Yay, good job, Jalen.
thank you.
She did it.
It took a very long time.
It did. She was texting me about it, and it took her like almost 3 days, right? To do
Yeah,
it all.
it's still not done yet.
Well,
But by
heck,
the time you see this, it's going to be done.
yeah. I mean, we're probably gonna do some more work after this. So, yay!
Yeah.
Woohoo! Before I talk about the case today, I would like to give some disclaimers to you guys. This episode will entail detailed descriptions of murder, murder victims, religious trauma, and mental health issues and mental health help. So, viewer discretion is advised. You may click out now. We'll see you next week. If you're staying, welcome. This episode is international. Woo!
And we love you.
We do love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for staying. All right, are you? I'm so excited to
I'm very
like
excited.
share this case with you. Okay, so this is the Burari deaths. I will give one more disclaimer. I am American and I am very bad at pronunciations. So if I pronounce anything wrong, slightly off, do not flame me for it. I am doing my best. Okay? Thank you.
We were not taught world literacy in grade school. We really weren't.
We
Like,
weren't. I learned that in college
yeah.
for one class, one semester.
Yep. Um, and yeah, this is one I know absolutely nothing about. So
the,
I'm very excited.
the only thing I've told her is that it's in India. This takes place in India, so if you're watching from India, hey, hello, how you doing? If you're not in India, hey, hello, how you kinda doing? What would you do if your neighbors went radio silent for a night, right? They're highly respected members of the community, they're known by everyone, and they're a family of 11.
Oh, okay. That changes a lot. Because me personally, what would I do if my neighbors randomly went radio silent? I probably would not notice because I am an introvert. But a family, is it a family of 11 or is it two parents plus kids? So a family of 13.
We'll get to that.
Oh, I'm already asking the big questions. Okay.
So kind of yes and no, if that makes sense. So like yes, it's parents and kids, but it's a whole multi-generational family household.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And like I said, highly respected. Everyone in the community knows them. What would you do?
I would probably report it if
Mhm.
I noticed, especially if they're highly respected, they're probably going to be the people to say good morning and stuff like
Mhm.
that while we walk by. Because I guess all of my neighbor interactions have ever been either my grandparents or college housing, and people don't talk to each other in college housing.
Mhm.
They don't care about each other. So, and I'm assuming also culturally, India's probably a place where community
They
is
know
very
each other.
important. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Community is important.
And we don't
Um
prioritize that over here.
no, we don't, sadly. But yeah, so you don't hear anything from your neighbors for one night in some of the early morning. Now, normally, like you said, that wouldn't raise red flags. But for the neighbors of this family, it did raise red flags. So, night of June 30th, 2018, so actually kind of recent in the grand scheme of things, less than 10 years, um, a massive tragedy took place in a small community in India.
First,
Morning of July 1st, 2018, neighbors went to their neighbor's house and found 10 family members hanging from the courtyard and one dead in a separate room. Oh, oh. So this was early hours as well. So in the early hours of July 1st, the Chundawat family, all of them are found dead
by a neighbor,
by a
right?
neighbor to go check on them. Yes.
And did does it say if like the neighbor was knocking or did they just walk
It
in?
it didn't say, but I'm assuming because it was their courtyard, they probably just walked in.
Okay,
Because the neighbor wasn't the one that found the 11th family member dead, it was the police after they called in.
that makes sense. Okay.
Yes.
I I want to do we know what day of the week this is? Like a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday?
Mm, not that I saw. I just know it's July 1st, 2018 at like 6 a.m.
In 2018, my birthday was on a Thursday, which means the first would have been that means the fourth would have been on a Thursday, so the first would have been a Monday.
So that would make sense then.
Yep.
Talk about the victims first so that you get an idea of the family lineage and why they were so important to their community and why on a Monday someone would be like, they're not up yet. That's strange.
Mm.
The first family consists of, like I said, 11 people all in one household. The first person we're going to talk about is the matriarch of the family. People, well, Ryan Devi, 75. She is known as the matriarch of the family. She is the grandmother to all of these people. Well, to most of the people in the house. Her husband is deceased, sadly, so he will be mentioned later, not really by name, but he is mentioned as to why this came into play, why the tragedy happened, I should say.
So he's deceased as of July 1st, 2018.
Prior to that, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
he was not part of the tragedy that
Okay.
took place. The next family member that I'm going to talk about, Nish Chundawat, yet is 50 and he's the grandmother's eldest son. He runs most of the family business, which is a highly regarded grocery store and a plywood store.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So that would make sense why a neighbor would be like, oh, they're not awake yet, and it's Monday. How are we going to get our groceries?
Yep. That's why I asked about the day of the week because if this was like a Saturday, I'd be like, well, I get once again the culture over there is different. I need to keep that in mind as we keep going.
Hmm.
But yes, this is a weekday
Yes,
event,
it is a weekday event.
not a weekday crime.
Weekday event. Well, technically, it's actually. I'll get into if it's a crime or not. It's a very, very interesting case. That's why I chose it. The next family member we're going to talk about is Lalit Chundawa. He is the second son of the grandmother, and he is 45 years old. He is known as the patriarch, not the eldest son. Lalit is known as the patriarch of the family. He is actually the one that's most regarded as running the businesses and pretty
Okay.
much not taking the place of his father, but stepping up in place of his father for the family.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably just smart, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
To
Number is Pratibha. She is the widowed daughter of the grandmother. Um, I did not really research how her husband passed away because that's not critical to this case, but she is widowed. That is noted. That's why she lives in the house. So we have Priyanka. Family members are Savita and Tina. They're the wives of Bhavnesh and Lalit. Priyanka, who is the daughter of Pratibha, and she is actually a I don't know how to phrase it. She's actually regarded as a good IT worker. She works in IT. That was her occupation. Have Natu and Manu,
what's that?
daughters. Nitu went to college for commerce. Commerce?
What's that?
I'm not sure. I should have looked into what it was. I thought it was like communications,
Oh, I
but I
thought banking.
it might be. I'm not sure. I know that she got her bachelor's and she was going to get her master's. That's what she was doing, was getting her master's.
Okay.
Then Manu actually never went to college. She Once she graduated school, she just immediately went to work.
Okay.
Ruv and Shiam, they are 15 years old, and they are the sons of Bhavnesh and Lalit, so they're cousins. But they are both 15. They're the same age. So those are our victims. It's all 11 of them.
So, mom, three kids,
So grandma, three kids, yep,
and
grandkids.
grandkids. And how one in-law or no in-laws?
The sons' wives live in the house as well.
How many sons, wives? All three of them?
Bhavnesh and Lalit.
Okay.
They're,
And then one of them is widowed.
yes.
Okay.
Yep. And then the rest are grandkids.
Perfect.
So yeah, that's all 11 of the people that are involved in the tragedy. Very renowned. Stated prior, the family had a big grocery store and a plywood store that a lot of people talked about with them. That's what they applied to them. They were successful in their businesses. And everyone who knew them said they were very disciplined, they were very generous, and very honest people. One of the neighbors gave an example that they always paid their delivery driver on time, they paid their employees all time, paid their employees on time. They never really did like gypped anybody. They were very honest and good people. And another thing to note, this is important, so keep it in the back of your head, they were very, very strict on their religion, their Hindu religion.
Okay.
Very strict. They followed everything to a T, and that is part of the reason this tragedy happened.
Okay. And is there anything specific that I need to know about the Hindu religion before we dive?
A lot of it is about inner peace
Okay.
and salvation.
And this is one that believes in reincarnation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. I think I nope, never mind. No. I may be
So
gathering pieces.
you might be. I'm dropping little trails for you. Um, this family is also have never fought in public, and they were never shown to have any family issues.
Okay. It's interesting how they specifically say never fought in public.
Mm-hmm. That was one of the neighbors reported that they never saw them have disagreements in public.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I do you think that might mean they have disagreements behind closed doors? Or is that what the whole point of this is?
No, actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
no. I mean, just like any family, I would assume most likely, but
Yeah.
like we kind of touched on earlier, cultural differences.
Mm-hmm.
They most likely probably handle things privately instead of outrightly arguing in front of people. All men and women, family day in and day out, right?
Seems like it.
Like, you know, Everyone knows them. They're well regarded, highly respected people.
Yeah.
So what went wrong?
What could have gone
What
wrong?
went wrong? So the neighbors found 10 victims originally, as I stated. You're going to hear me say as I stated a lot, but so two of them were 15, the rest were adults. So all men and women, as we talked about the victims, and their eyes were covered, found in a separate room. The 10 who were found hanging in the courtyard. Their feet and hands were tied. Tape was over their mouth, and their eyes were covered.
I I can't say what in the Handmaid's Tale because that's based in American culture, but what in the Handmaid's Tale? Have you seen Handmaid's
I
Tale?
have
Yeah.
watched it with my mom.
What in the Handmaid's Tale?
Yeah, so that's how they were found. And Narayan was found laying on the floor of her bedroom with a wire around her neck that was tied to the door. So that's how her body was found by police. The neighbors did not find her body. The police found her body
Okay.
after the neighbor. Because, I mean, if you see 10 people dead, I don't think you're going to look further anywhere.
No. I'd want to run and throw up or throw up then run or
Yeah,
run and throw up at the same
I
time.
would also want to run and throw up. Oh, never showed signs of money distress, of family distress, of family troubles, anything. There was nothing that could have pointed into a murder like this. Stable. For businesses, they were successful, they were kind and generous, they were deeply religious, everything that checks out for people being mentally stable. Was it a psychotic break from a family member? Was it a brain injury? Of aiming to see his dead dad that was telling him to do things? Let me tell you, Jalen, it's all of the above.
Well,
It is all of the above. So, authorities are. When the authorities were searching their house, they found 11 journals dated over the course of 11 years.
that is extremely helpful.
Okay. Were, for the most part, normal. I mean, there were written accounts of the business, there were written accounts of transactions, family matters, important dates to remember, just things that you would write in a journal. Normal things.
Oh, so kind of like calendars and planners, not like a diary.
It's a bit of both.
Okay.
They used it like both.
Okay.
Like, yeah. So there were some personal accounts in there. I'll get to that in a second. But mainly for the first journals that were like 11 years ago, they're practically normal, just business expenses and what's going on in their day to day life,
Yeah.
when they prayed, what religious things they're going to do that day,
Okay. Oh,
causing a. Oh, the journal entries got stranger and stranger.
okay.
So, you remember how I said they had a plywood store?
Yeah.
Well, during one of the days that Lalit was working there, a sheet of plywood fell on his head,
Oh,
causing a TBI, traumatic brain injury, and he lost his ability to speak.
okay.
Pretty sad. That is a sad thing to happen. Um, Lalit started to claim that he could communicate with spirits and that his dead father was talking to him, telling him like what to do, things to do. I'm sure you see where I'm going with this. But then it started for mainly business, but then it started to get into deep religious practices and religious rituals.
Okay.
We were about achieving salvation, saving your soul, going somewhere better. One that was written about, the main one that was written about was the bird tapasya, which is the banyan tree ritual, which pretty much says to have members hang themselves from a tree, like a banyan tree. They hang themselves like that, and then they achieve salvation.
All right.
They're supposed to arrange themselves like the branches of the tree.
Oh,
It's
interesting.
specific. I mean, there's detailed in the journals, there's literal detailed accounts of how to do it, what to do, where to put them. Very strange.
Yeah.
Very strange. At the last second, believe that if he did this ritual with his family, at the last second before they died from the hanging, his father would save them. And then the
Hmm.
family members would all untie each other and rejoice in the name of salvation.
Okay.
Stated in the journal that the ritual is not supposed to be fatal, but it's just to show devotion to their religion and to achieving salvation. What's stranger is he wrote detailed instructions on how to tie the knot, how to hang the people, where to put them, how to put them to achieve this. Again, thinking that if he does this with his family, his dad would come back and save them. Accounts about this ritual. Nitu actually was also writing detailed accounts about this ritual. And other
Interesting.
family members were writing about this ritual.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Okay.
and
So
other and other religious practices, but this ritual was written about by every family member pretty much.
so that kind of takes out the whole this is all because of a TBI thing. I mean, obviously. Did you say Lalit was the one that was kind of the patriarch of the family,
Yep,
right?
he was the
Okay.
authoritative figure.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, yeah. So what he says kind of goes,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll believe him.
Oh yeah.
I
That the family shared a psychotic break together as one,
okay.
if that makes sense. It's called fully adu. Starts to believe them too. Pretty much where someone believes something so deeply, everyone around them starts to believe them too.
Okay.
So, like a shared psychosis.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So, the family believed in Lalit's delusion so much that they agreed to do this ritual with him.
Wow.
That's why technically it's a crime, technically it's not.
Yeah.
In the police report, it said that the night of June 30th is when the ritual took place.
Yep.
And, I mean, as we said, they were all hanging in the courtyard, bound by the feet, because they believed that the grandfather would come back and save everybody right before they died. I kid you not, in the police report, it said that in the journal, he believed at the moment, like the second before they're about to die, he would come back and save them.
Mm.
Don't know why that's so specific. I'm sure that's with the ritual, but it's just interesting to me that it has to be right at the last second before they die
Yeah.
that he would come back.
And how would they all die at exactly the same time?
I don't think they did,
They
because
probably
hanging
didn't.
hanging isn't a
Yeah.
for sure way to go, as morbid as that sounds.
Yeah, you gotta factor in height and weight of a person, how young they are, so their heart would probably beat for a little bit longer. Like some people are going to be dangling there and
Suffering.
suffering for
Yeah.
longer than others.
Where does the grandmother's death come into all of this, right? Because she was found in a whole separate room. She was technically part of the ritual.
Oh yeah, okay, so
Uh huh.
that's who was separate.
Yes. So the grandfather's widow.
Mm-hmm.
The police have two theories as to what happened with the grandmother. The first one is that she did not want to participate in the ritual. She did not like the idea. She detested it. She stood up to it. And the family as a collective decided to kill her because she was the one detesting it. Or going against it, I should say.
Wow.
The other theory is the family killed her because she was 75, like I said. So she probably wasn't as able bodied as you'd think. She probably couldn't move as much. She probably couldn't hang herself because they all hung themselves. I don't know how they know that, but I think it's part of the ritual. You have to hang yourself. I'm not too sure. She wouldn't have been able to do that. That's what the police report said of the two theories. And so they killed her in the room by strangulation so that she could achieve salvation with them. Then you go back and you're like, well, they said that this guy would save them at the last second, so why'd they just kill her? I don't know. There's nothing on that.
Yeah, there's no way they wouldn't have known that she was just gonna die and not be part of the ritual. So what, they're just okay with, well, Mima is gonna be out on her own, and that's not our problem. How sad is that?
That
And,
is pretty sad.
and also, y'all just killed Peepaw's wife.
You
Do you
think he's
think
happy about that?
yeah, is he gonna come save you guys last minute? I don't need to be dogging dead people. That's rude.
No, but I mean, to me, the theory that makes the most sense if Lalit is as authoritarian as he is said to be, I mean, he's in the place of the grandpa, it would be that she couldn't do it herself.
Hmm.
And so they did it for her.
It could also be a matter of, oh, you are defining me. I mean,
Hmm,
did
defying.
oh, you're defying me? Let's get rid of you then. You're
That
not gonna listen to me?
yeah. I mean, yeah, I that from all accounts that would make sense. But
Yeah.
I do think because of the wire being tied to the door, to me that makes me think that maybe she shut the door herself and so it strangled her so she could be technically a part of the ritual
Oh, okay.
because they were very that was one of the main details was it was tied to the doorknob.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that maybe she would do it herself. That's why I think that maybe she couldn't hang herself. And so they
Yeah.
went with, well, just close the door and then you'll get there.
Okay. Yep, that
You know
would
what I
make
mean?
sense. Yeah.
It's a very open and shut case. Good lord.
Grandparents, Meemaw and Peepaw. I know I don't know these people.
They are
Live with
Mima
it.
people. They are
Yeah,
Mima people.
exactly.
Yeah.
They are Meemaw and Peepaw. We don't care. I care. I respect these people.
But they are Mima people.
Yes. Oh, I
That's everything that happened. It shook India like crazy when it came out because that's 11 people.
yeah, 11 people they're close with. So what is the significance of the one that's in college? Is it just to recognize her achievements?
I
Okay.
wanted to, that was me. I put that all in because I wanted to go through like their successes and what they did. Because in
Yeah,
my brain, I mean, they deserve that. They did that.
absolutely.
And
So,
also make them more human, you know?
yeah. Okay, cuz I was wondering if it was kind of a thing of like how did she not express that she knew better, because something that a lot of you guys may not know about college, if you haven't gone through it yourself, is that it gives you a lot of existential dread
A lot. Yeah.
and you question everything with religion because you just be learning stuff.
You do be learning.
Yeah.
You do
And
be learning.
getting into a master's degree, I would definitely just question. I don't know.
Well, that's the thing too, is she was the one that was specifically also writing detailed accounts of the ritual.
Mm,
So then again, we don't know if any other family members didn't want to do it and they were forced into it. We're not sure. We just know a majority, well, I just know a majority of them followed what Lalit was saying and what he was doing.
yeah.
Because again, that's why they were deeply religious.
Yeah.
So this could have been a thing of, oh, if we do this, then we're going to be free,
Yeah.
kind of thing, or show our devotion to the gods, what have you.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
but this case does touch on mental health and how getting mental health help is important, even if you don't feel like what you're going through is big. But if other people are around you are like, hey, that's a little weird, maybe you should go talk to someone. Because
Mm-hmm.
you never know. A lot of people don't know when they're in religious psychosis, which is what I believe that Lalit was going through.
Yep.
It's religious psychosis because that doesn't have to just be a Christian thing, that can be in any religion thing. Um, but if you're feeling any kind of mental health issues, dread, sadness, anxiety, it does not hurt to talk to someone. It is not the end of the world. It doesn't make you weak. Go get help. Go talk to someone because, or if you know someone that's going through something or you see something that's strange, report it. Talk to someone because you could be saving someone's life or you could be saving someone from a tragedy like this. And
Yeah.
again, I'm not sure how India works. I'm not really too sure of their culture. I don't know if mental health help is big over there. But at least for us in America, it is very important to go get help so you can prevent something like this happening to someone you know and love.
Yep.
And if you are experiencing any thoughts of hurting someone or yourself, go get help. Talk to someone about it. It will not hurt you to talk to someone. Will not. You will maybe even feel better after. Who knows? Go talk to someone. Don't do something stupid. Help make sure they get checked on.
Illusions is a lot of the time you are hearing voices of people that you know and voices of people that you love. A lot of the time when people have delusions, they say it's God just because I know it's God, or it's my father because they're hearing their father's voice. Their delusions are very understanding of who they are and what they want because they are part of your brain.
Mm,
And that's a big piece of the delusions is and psychosis as a whole is that you fully believe what they are telling you. Um,
it's real to them,
yep,
right?
it
Yeah.
is completely real.
But if you are hearing voices of past loved ones or what you think is God, you most likely aren't. Sorry. But you should
Sally.
go talk to someone. It, again, will not hurt. I used to be scared of therapy. Then I was in therapy for 11 years. And I'm fine. I'm good. I think. I hope. But genuinely, if you're experiencing anything, we will have numbers linked in the description for you to call and to get help. If someone is going through something and you're scared to report them, that person's life is worth more than keeping that friendship. Report it to their parents, report it to the police, make sure they get help, make sure they get checked on.
Yep, absolutely.
I just wanted to put that out there because this case is very, well, I wouldn't say preventable because, like I said, they showed no signs of distress whatsoever.
Yeah,
Um,
they thought they they probably went out very at peace and very happily, thinking that they were going to receive eternal salvation. And that is a very, it's a pretty good promise. If
yeah,
if the person that you trust the most in this entire world is looking at you in the eye and saying, I promise you, if you do this with me, you are going to have eternal peace. You are going to never worry about money again. You are never going to worry about housing. You are never going to have to lift a finger for the rest of your life. That sounds very nice.
yeah. The only thing that confuses me a lot about this case is the fact that they weren't even trying to achieve like afterlife salvation. They genuinely thought the grandpa was going to come back and save them at the last second, and then they would all untie each other and rejoice that they showed their devotion.
So they just thought, we get Gramps, and we've proven to our religious gods that we're worthy. We're
Yeah,
good.
exactly. A part of it too, from what I read, is they believed it would bring them prosperity
Okay.
and peace as well.
Yep.
But my thing is out of the 10 other family members, I'm excluding Lalit. Out of the 10 other family members and the two 15-year-olds, no one thought, hey, maybe let's not. I mean, maybe the grandma did, but that's also that we don't know because, I mean, maybe one of them could have been like, this is really weird, but then Lalit still forced them into it, still
Mm-hmm.
forced them to do that. But that's touches back on the if you're member spewing some absolute craziness, you might want to report it.
Yeah. But when you're told from a young age to trust this person, put all your eggs into this person's basket, they got you. It would be very hard to probably believe that them being told this. And if you are that highly religious, they probably saw him getting hit by the wood as a good thing and things like that. They probably saw a lot of these things as very positive things that had happened to them. And seeing things fold the way that they did probably seemed very promising. Like, yeah, we're going to be good. completely normalized and not seen.
What I was thinking about was Lully getting the traumatic brain injury and then starting to claim he could see spirits and communicate with them. I wonder if his family took it as like a divine sign
Yep.
that he was chosen or that it
Yep.
was supposed to happen, and that's why it really sold them on that delusion.
Mm-hmm. And that's why mental health awareness is something that is so important, being informed about these sorts of things, because you can witness as many mental health symptoms in the entire world as you want.
Mm,
And if they are completely normalized and not seen as a problem in any way, shape, or form, I'm not reporting it if I don't see it as a problem.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. I feel like also too, the bystander effect. Even
Oh,
if they did see something or heard something, a lot of people go, "Well, that's not my problem. I don't want to get involved in that. Someone else will," and
yep.
then no one does.
Yeah. And it's interesting that the community knows this family very well. The neighbors were very understanding of this family and things like that. And they never said, well, they're kind of by a crazy person. Y'all didn't notice?
Yeah, I wonder if that's why when the neighbors, like in their report, said that they never had outwardly family arguments, disputes, known issues, because they probably didn't show it like at all. I
Yeah.
bet you they didn't show it. A lot of them too in that culture, they stayed home and they took care of the home,
Hmm.
or helped with the family business, but a lot of them probably wouldn't have. I don't know. It's strange.
Yeah. Like all of these things are so normalized, and that is a big thing about having a religious based community
Mm,
is everyone kind of thinks the same. And if, like, for example, if Aunt Sue down the street walked down the sidewalk and said, God told me to buy this wagon, so I'm going to walk with the wagon.
right.
If she passes 5 houses, 3 out of those 5 people that she interacted with probably think that that's completely normal and don't have a single problem with it. And believable.
Lovingly, that have claimed God has talked to them and told them to do things, and fully they fully like hand over their heart, hand to God, believe that God told them to do these specific things. Who am I to knock you down a peg, you know? That's also the thing with this family is even if they did start talking about it to people, which by all accounts it does not seem like they were very open about this ritual. Maybe people are like, who am I to judge?
It was probably
So sorry.
it was probably a huge respect based thing too. Like,
Mm,
I respect you and your religion. I'm not going to question you. I fully have trust and believe that what you believe with your religion is right.
yeah, because I mean, I feel like if someone came up to me and they, God told me that I need to walk backwards down the highway and do 2 jumping jacks, I'd be like, go brazy. I don't know what to tell you. If that's what you full heartedly it makes you happy, okay. You know?
Yeah.
That could have been what everyone was thinking, or even some of the family members were like, if this is making you happy, this is bringing you peace, by all means.
Yeah. And it seemed like they talked about the hanging ritual for a long time.
I'm pretty sure it was a couple of years, yeah.
Wow. So they were thinking about this, they were talking about this. It seems like it probably took a long time to get everyone on board, I would assume.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
imagine it would have to be one of those rituals where everyone needs to be fully invested.
Right. I think that's why the police also said that the grandma either didn't want to do it and that's why she was killed, or she couldn't do it because everyone had to do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure when I was looking into it, it says the ritual has members that need to be in the form of a tree when they're hanging. They need to be in the form of the banyan tree, like branches, something along those lines. So it could have been they needed everyone on board. I don't think just one person could do it, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah. It seems like something everyone needed to be fully invested in turn for. So it probably took a lot of convincing, but also like it's kind of with we're going to get political here.
Hmm.
It's kind of the same, it's not the same vibe, but it reminds me of how really hardcore conservatives can basically believe that anything that Trump says, even if there is evidence against it and things like that, he's always going to have that endless support because a lot of a lot of the Republican Party's supporters are highly religious,
Hmm.
and a lot of those lovely, lovely people and friends believe that Mr. Trump is their savior. And
Yeah.
yeah, this person, I would put like that hive mentality of this is my king, this is my leader.
Hmm.
What my leader says goes, and I am okay with it because
Hmm.
I trust this person. I believe this person. I would put all of what I have, I would invest in this person.
Like a cult.
Yeah.
That's like a cult.
Yeah. It's like I trust you.
Hmm.
And if you came to me and you said, Jalen, I don't think you're doing so good. I know you have this $2,000 laying around. I know that you trust me, and I promise you that I'm going to keep your $2,000 safe.
Hmm.
I would give you that.
And I would keep it safe.
I would fully, with my entire heart, believe that my $2,000 will be safe.
I'd immediately go to a bank and open a savings account and just be like, here you go. And then build up money for you.
Yeah, high yield savings account. Hey, I mean, if you yeah.
Yeah. I the conservative thing is interesting because like you said, this is so off topic, guys, but I'm keeping all of this in. The conservative thing is interesting because like you said, they're all quote unquote religious, and I'm touching on this again because Trump has posted Mr. Trump has posted multiple photos on the official, hear me, official White House account of AI photos of him being Jesus, and they still follow him, even though that is legitimately blasphemy.
Mm-hmm.
Yet a person does that and they still follow them. They claim that they're super religious. Yet Trump does that. Yet a person does that. I'm treading so lightly right now. Yet a person does that and they still follow them very closely. Which is interesting to me because then you're not religious, you're not a follower of Jesus. Fight with yourself, fight with the wall. That
Mm-hmm.
it goes against. I will give my opinion on this. If you believe in Jesus, you cannot follow Trump. Who said that? Who said Mochi? Mochi said that, guys. That wasn't me. Okay?
Mochi.
You cannot. That's just point blank. Read the Bible. You cannot support Trump and believe in Jesus. As a Christian woman, you cannot do that. Anyways, so someone can do something so crazy as to make an AI photo of themselves as Jesus, and yet people still follow them. Someone could do something so crazy as say, hey, let's do this ritual and hang ourselves from a tree and we will get salvation, and they still follow them and they do it. Cult like mentality, hive mind mentality.
Mm-hmm. If you trust and believe a person and they say you doing this is going to be okay.
Yeah, you would do it.
Yeah. Same vibe of if I, like, let's say I hand you a gun and I say this gun has no ammunition in it. Just
Okay.
shoot yourself in the head and I'll give you $500. I personally wouldn't
I wouldn't.
because I'm not crazy.
No, I trust you. Like she's the godmother of my baby. That's how much I trust her. Um but if you were to hand me again and say there's nothing in it, shoot yourself, I'd go, "No."
Yeah, exactly, because that is that line. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? If I gave you $2,000, there's a risk, but there's no risk of physical harm.
right.
If I hand you a gun that I'm claiming is empty,
Mm,
that's a little crazy.
that is a little crazy, yeah. Yeah, I do. I feel
Mhm.
like the whole family had to have had, I mean, a shared mental illness, obviously, but there's something deeper rooted
Mhm.
there that's causing them to follow
Mhm.
it so tightly. Because I feel like no, I'm using this phrase lightly, don't hold it against me, but no sane person, I feel like, would go through with that unless you also have something underlying.
Conditioning.
Oh, I almost said grooming. That's not the, that's not right.
Yeah. When you are conditioned so intensely, you're gonna start believing certain stuff. Slowly.
Hmm.
Would I, what would happen? Would I be
Yeah.
injured if I spoke against Lalit?
Hmm.
Would I have a consequence?
I raise you this. Did they still consider him the authoritative figure even though he couldn't speak? And he clearly had something wrong after that accident.
That's what I'm wondering is how did he direct all of them to do this if he can't speak? And there's
See, originally I was gonna say that this case isn't a mystery. It's very one and done. But there's a lot of things you can think about that are like, what?
yeah.
Like if I had a family member that had an accident that caused them to have a brain injury, and they came up to me and they're like, "We're gonna do this. You're gonna get salvation." I'd go, "Nurse, he's out again.
And
Please
also,
come and get him."
yeah, how do you speak sorry. How do you convince someone of something so intense without speaking to them? Cuz I can question gestures and I can
Hmm.
question writing. But if someone is looking me in the eye, like the only way someone could convince me of doing something this crazy is if they like held me by the face and looked me in the eye and
I
said
thought you were gonna say held me by the neck.
that like so that part really convinced me that there is some sort of violence
Mm-hmm.
happening or threat of violence, threat of loss, threat of your sister is going to die anyway. No, no, it's your sister is going to die if you don't do this because she's going to hang herself. Ooh, ooh, I didn't even realize that. But how is he telling them this?
I'm pretty sure he was writing it down.
That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure, or maybe he could speak a little bit, just couldn't speak as well. He couldn't be as articulate. Or, because from what I read, it said that he reportedly couldn't speak anymore, but maybe he just couldn't speak as well. He couldn't be as articulate. Because I know, so take UFC, for example, fighting or boxing, even. Um, they get brain injuries a lot. It's taxing on their body. So, getting such a bad injury to their brain.
Yeah.
So, getting such a bad injury, like a sheet, you know how heavy plywood is. That falling on your head, how mean outwardly you'd be after that. Because that's not like UFC. You get hit in the head, you get hit in the head, you get hit in the head. It's over a course of time that you
Mm-hmm.
develop it.
Yep.
This is right away.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't know how mean he was getting, you know?
Yep. And I know at least in the US, if you have a documented traumatic brain injury that gets put on your medical record and it's going to be monitored. and your mental state is going to be monitored
Mm-hmm.
and things of that nature. So that also goes to kind of a certain level of what are the stakes of us sharing this information with others, because there's two 15-year-olds in the mix.
Yeah, that's what gets me the most. Is
Yeah,
there were kids.
kids have friends, they tell their friends stuff.
Hmm.
There's even there's no way the kids are not telling their friends.
No, because they were in school. They were in high school. Well, I don't know the schooling system in India, but they were in the equivalent to high school.
Yeah, there's no way they weren't telling their friends something
Yeah.
that didn't raise a red flag, unless if they were basically threatened not to say anything. That's my only
Yeah, or
explanation.
maybe not threatened, but it could have been if you talk about this, then you won't get salvation.
Oh,
If you speak
yeah,
about this, then your soul is impure, something like that. Yeah.
yep,
It's interesting though.
yeah, because there's clearly a high level of discipline within this family.
Oh, yeah. That was
Yeah,
the main thing the neighbors talked about.
yep,
Yeah.
yeah. Wow. Did did you say, or do you know how close the TBI was to the incident?
I'm pretty sure I did try to research it, but I don't remember what I came across. Obviously, it wasn't anything if I didn't write it down. Um, I don't know how close it was, but I do know. I know I said that I think it was over a course of a few years,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm thinking it was probably closer together
Mm-hmm.
because he got the traumatic brain injury and then immediately started to claim he could hear his dad and communicate with spirits.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
I wonder if it was in a short span then.
Yeah, just coming from my clinical perspective, this makes less sense the longer the situation would have played out, if
Mm-hmm.
that makes any sense.
Yeah, yeah. So
But
it probably would have been quick then.
yeah, it had to have.
Yeah, but that was I thought you would find this case interesting
I did find it
from
very
a
interesting.
mental health professional perspective.
Absolutely. I know privacy laws and things like that, but there's just no way a mental health professional did not get into the mix somehow in some way. Because when you have a TBI, the first thing, well, once again,
Yeah,
this
we don't know how it works in India.
darn it.
Yeah. That's what makes it that's what makes it hard for me to understand is cuz I'm like I don't understand that culture. I don't
Yep.
understand why help wasn't involved. But then again, you look at not trying to drag this episode on, but then again you look at like CPS for example, how sometimes they'll go to a house and they'll be like, "Well, they got food, water, and a roof. Bye." You know?
Yeah, because they have to take a cultural competence
Right.
perspective.
It
Yeah.
could be a system failure
Yep.
as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. And cultural competence perspectives can impact a lot because we are talking about a different culture here. For example, within the US, there is a certain religion that is pretty prevalent within I don't want to say this. It's pretty prevalent within the community of the Midwest, Appalachia regions,
That allow devices and things like
have that basically does not allow them to receive medical care. And it kills a lot of people.
that. I did not know that.
My uncle is my savior, being in the field that she was in, because she would see, so she was a medical professional. She worked in the she was a labor and delivery room nurse.
Oh, cool. Okay, I didn't
And
know that.
she literally said to me the other day, like, and I quote, oh, I guess I can't quote this because I can't remember it, but she said, in an essence, I could not keep working because I kept seeing dead babies from said religion. because these people were deliberately not taking their kids or their pregnant wives to the hospital when there was clearly something wrong. So the only point when they would is when the lady is hemorrhaging and dying. That's it. So, with that being said, cultural perspectives.
Dropped a bombshell on me.
Yeah, cultural perspectives. You have to take a cultural competence perspective when you do any form of this work. And therefore, as a social worker, if a client came up to me and said, my uncle is my savior, I wouldn't be able to say otherwise. Now, if a 15-year-old client came up to me and said, my uncle is my savior, and he said if we all hang each other at the same time, we're going to be salvaged, I'd say, hey, buddy, sit with me while I make a phone call.
We'll never know. That is something to take into account, but I mean, we'll never know.
Mm-mm.
It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, they have documentation in the journals, but we truly will never know what was going through all of their heads.
Nope.
So,
And at a point, I don't think I need to know about this.
no, I feel like it would make me more sad. I read
Yeah.
their ages and I was like, okay, they're in their 50s, they're in their late 30s. 15?
Yeah.
That was literally, I even showed Joey. I was like, dude, they were kids. That's insane to me. It's
Yeah.
insane. He actually sometimes looks into people that claim they're goals.
Yeah. My closing statement is brainwashing does a lot.
It does do a lot. Again, cult mentality.
Yep.
It's very easy to listen to someone and go, yeah.
And if you're
I needed to talk about this case. I read it and went 11 victims, and I thought it would rack your brain a little bit, pick at you,
yeah,
smidge. So
if if you watch this video to the end, give us a rubber duck emoji if it exists in the comments, and if it does not exist, just give us a regular duck emoji. I don't care what. Um and let us know that you saw to the end of this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to find our TikTok,
please,
we would really welcome you over there.
it's just ghouly girlies.
Yep. But if you're watching this, you're probably from TikTok.
Most likely.
Likely
Or our 56 subscribers.
65.
So, I'm behind.
Mwah. Mwah.